Welcome back to Massalia, in which we are living in an era of prosperity, as of what it looks like. We didn't gain much of territory other than one little minor war just to grab a settlement of Agathon. So that makes it another part of Alps Maritime, which it produces fish here. And we've recently built a city which replaces fish with cloth. And we built another city here, um, Sextendio, which is mainly a Luvian city. But the reason we did this is just to further improve the economy and increase our manpower reserves, which we have a bit more now. We initially had up to 20,000, now we have 28,000 in reserve. So we are ready for war. But the question is, where do we go from here? And that, my friends, is a problem. Where do we go from here? Oh, by the way, put that over there. Also, populations of an emporium. And also we've expanded our military. In fact, our main first army, we've restructured it by having more archers, a little more heavy infantry, and replaced the light cavalry with heavy cavalry. The first Stratos is the elite army. And then we created a second, which we branched off the light infantry and light cavalry into this army, and while adding more archers to it, in which we comically refer to them as reservists. They're the support group to support the main army over here. And who is running that army, and the one who's like, why is that man level 3 and you should have higher? Well, this is the new Archon, ladies and gentlemen. The son of Artemidoros the Prince. It's Memnon. Yes, Memnon is the new Archon. Even though he's not a military member in the Eastern Imagination, he wanted to become a politician since he was little, and he got it. We remember him when we first saw him. He was miserly. He's also become submissive, and he's prominent, and he's also silver-tongued. Well, he can persuade people when he wants to, but unfortunately he's a bit depressed, which I hope he'll get over that one day. So he can utilize the full power of his charisma. But nonetheless, he's an oligarch, like his father, which means, does that mean the Democrats are going to start alienating us? Well, they do control more seats. Higher the Senate influence, a character. Let me see. 2.8. 2.4. As for me, 86.3. Yike. Well, that's why I gotta start pleasing the Democrats more. And there's a reason why, and that's also part of a long-term goal for this part of the series of Massalia, besides Iberian expansion. But also, just gotta keep giving the Democrats what they want. When they support us, slowly, bit by bit. And then, as long as we keep those families scorned. I mean, the oligarchs support me less because of the said scorned families. Which I wouldn't worry about that too much. Because for too long, my father gave the oligarchs so much power that they felt like they rule like kings here. Then, it's not a true dictatorship, not yet. To do that, we need to get Democrats rule, even though they don't want the dictatorship, but we're gonna have to please them to make them think something great and grand was planned for them. To do that, you have to get up to 70 or more. And also has to have some tyranny, which, of course, I know what to do to get tyranny. It's very easy. Just do some bad stuff. Imprison people, banish people, sell them to slavery, do anything. That's the easiest way to get tyranny. So all we have to do is just get 70%. Right now it's 32.70. So our best bet is to screw over the traditionalists and give a little more to the oligarchs, but Democrats, of course, the most. Despite the fact that I'm the leader of the oligarch faction, but I'm pro-Democrat by heart. They just, well, they don't know what they're in for. Right. We're building 2 training camps on one of the new cities we built, and we've considered building another city. Here. Not much change, though. Despite the reduced governorship, even though we should be doing this. Go that way. And we'll move it over here. And we'll build a city here eventually, since most of the populations live here. I mean, after all, this is a coastal port. Now, anyways, if we want to please the Democrats more, we gotta confiscate 5 holdings from the heads of the family. Oh, I know one. Antipandros, you've got 6 of them. We can't have you have those holdings, and he's looking to buy another one, and I'll revoke that too afterwards. Give me all of them. There, now you can't do anything when it comes to Sewell. I mean, when you take away a guy's holdings, it lowers the threshold for how much power base. It lowers power base. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. There you go. Got what you wanted. Not to mention it doesn't improve what I did. But hey, every little bit helps. That's a good start. And I would have to give 5 holdings, which I don't want to. And screw what the traditionalists think. The Corsicans remains an inseparable part of Massalian national identity. So that was the very first act of Memnon. I also would like to drill the troops, even though I have all the cohorts, but it doesn't hurt to get a little more, because I'm the Archon and I need all the lower cohorts we can get to prevent anybody from causing any trouble. So keep on the lookout of your generals, especially that man right there, who's very persuasive. What the? Deceitful! That's the word you're looking for. You dum-dum. And not to mention he's pretty corrupt too, so if we want to, we can pose corrupt sanctions, but if he gets out of hand, as he has 8 low cohorts, then we may have to reward some of them, so we'll have less of an influence. So, watch out for him. He may be the best general of the country, but he's a potential troublemaker. Honestly, we want to befriend him. Befriend him. Which, of course, that adds up more loyalty. But, here's one problem. I do not have much in the way of personal funds. And if I need to get money, that's siphoning funds, and that adds corruption. And Democrats do not like corruption. So it would be best to keep an eye on him. And what happens if I don't pay my low cohorts? Something I've never thought of before. But I know where we can get money from. Through other means. Of course, war, when you go out and loot. And I can get money to maintain. And that's another thing. War. And I may not have much money, but I'll try to befriend you. Hopefully, don't make me spend a lot of money here. The aim of the Democrats is realized. So we already have full approval. 34. Oh yeah, they did jump. 34. 39. I gotta get less approval from both of these parties. Especially the traditionalists. We gotta go to war somewhere. Spend a large portion. Also, time to summon the Senatorial Council. Just give us another claim. It's all Democrats from here. So, I like how it says the traditionalists as facts, but yet it says both Democrats. Let me see. We got the claim, but alright, of course, we control the Senate, while we're trying to give Democrats a little more. I mean, I got my influential members. Well, you got yours, including Tesmatet, which is this man of a Gallic origin. And when that time comes again, in a year's time, we're going to advocate legal reforms again. Oh boy, the general. Oh, we'll make a large amount of progress towards befriending him. So give him an office while we go over to Democrat. And I get a bit of tyranny for this. Well, I want to keep him that way. So he's no longer running the army, even though he should. But he's deceitful, so it's kind of, yeah, it's dangerous. Gee, why aren't you in the army? You got a lot of traits. Well, you'll just be running it for a time. And I'll persuade you to ensure your loyalty to the state. What family are you from? I didn't catch you. Oh, Spartan. Okay. There, we're friends now. When the old man croaks, I'm gonna put you back in that army. And our support's going down. That's due to a bit of that tyranny I'm having. And I don't want to. But regardless. Right, now the real question is, where the hell do we expand from here? The real problem is, that area that I wanted to attack, this one, is allied with Carthage. If you attack them, Carthage will bring the full might against us, and thus we would be in a heap of trouble. Despite the fact that Carthage has no navy, but it does have, you know, where to get his friends from. So we probably have no choice but to make the biggest expansion known by attacking them and the Iberian League. I'm calling them Iberian League because of their defensive league, which I believe it was formed due to this expanding area of this migratory tribe. Celt-Iberians, that's who they are. They could be quite a bit of trouble one day. Keep that well in mind. So we'll soon be moving our armies out. Fast. So what we're going to do is just bring this one army over there, and we'll use it to Springboard, land here. Kotestani, that's when our army will be sent there, and second army will be stationed over there to take care of the rest of them. Take them down bit by bit. At least you got a good man. That's something we should look for. We have the money. So, why don't you look for, other generals? Like, hey, you got a better martial skilled man around there? No? Not from our trusted. And we do have contact with other countries like Macedon, so we can... Wow, 14. If he was this low, I would definitely get him. A 10 Admiral. No contact with Antigone. Well, we do have contact with Thrace. He's got an office. That's a no. Can't do anything when an imprisoned man. Although Rome has entered the Ilaria Grace region and Epirus. Okay. What do you got? It's a level 9. Not in range of Spartan diplomats. So it's just too far for me to consider. Syracuse! Ran by a child. Anyways. Can't take a primary air. Kragas? Not so good. Well, that's like a slight improvement. Just gonna go for stability. In case I may want to pass a law that pleases Democrats. Level 12 Strategos. Yeah, get him over here, divorce your damn wife, and come on in. And Heraclea and Noah won't like it. Think we found our man. He's brave, he's steadfast, but incapable. I have that man right there. I'll take a bit of that aggressive expansion. I'll be willing to use my slave points, but still. Take the fleet units down, just make a little bit of coin. Because we need a guy to run this army. Just use your political influence. One month away. Pick the 2 Xenophids. What's Corsica like, since he's governor over there? Like that, you go 64% loyalty. Well, send Dimitrios instead. Won't win, but hey, it gets me popularity. So I think the elite army should be stationed there. Yes. The elite army will be stationed over there to fight against them. And to fight with the rest of them, that's what the other army is for. Even though Memnon Xenophid, for reasons known only unto himself, has begun to view Ariston Spartacus with jealousy and distrust. Even having them in the same room as one another is bound to result in hostility. The head of the family. Diphtheria. Yeah, I'll take that. I gotta give another Xenophid man in the office. Or somebody from the Democrat faction if we want to get seats. Anyways. Loyalty's not greater than 40. Oh, they changed that. Hell, shoot. That's a bit of a waste of money. But we can inspire disloyalty, and then subsequently bring him in. There is tyranny going on in his land. I mean, we're not expanding anytime soon, so do take it. Get in here. And I gotta persuade you just to make sure you stick with me. I mean, I could run the army myself, but no need to wait for the old man to croak. So, we got what we want. Herophilos, Siciliote. Now you run the best army there is. You may not be popular, but troops will be behind you, as will I. Maybe one day I'll get my bravery, try to follow my father's footsteps. Which of course sounds like a stupid idea. At least they reduced the penalty when you plan to assassinate somebody. But you get tyranny and aggressive expansion. Because back then it was 20 in the old version, which was ridiculous. Whatever gets it up. They're on the verge of civil war. I don't know if we should take advantage of that, knowing that they'll intervene. If there's an opportunity to strike, strike it when there's civil war, starting next year. And advocate legal reforms. We spent our political influence, but we didn't spend manpower. That's odd. Again, they don't have much of a Senate influence compared to, you know, someone, say, like me. So I'm very popular. But if you want to get more approval, Democrats, which is starting to go down a bit because of a lack of number of seats, I assume. Well, we control the majority of the, you know. Where do you get your popularity from? Oh yes, you're a researcher. I ought to get another family scorn. It would be harder to Stratoclids in particular. Get rid of one and put in a Xenopid one. Since we're the real prominent family here in our eyes. What is that, man? Just a moment. Just turned 16, huh? That statesmanship of yours better damn well approve. Okay, get rid of one more Stratoclid. Stratoclid, that's both research. They're all okay. Keep him because he's the head of the Democrats. that. 13 holdings? That's ridiculous. You should not have that many holdings. Lustful, devout. The lustful part is what makes him this slow. How to persuade him and then take his holdings later. That's what would do. Then again, I have the most influence. Well, Democrats are not very influential. Even the party leader. So that's becoming a problem with them. We can get their approval, but we can't get their full support to get what we wanted far in the future. But at least they'll approve us a bit more with the Scorn families, while my party not so much. I think you'll be alright. Just this once. This will make people Hellenics faster. Save up a bit more money, then we'll get another capital import route here. The fatted oligarchs dominate the Massalia will now move to bring a motion that will say public lands granted to the most notable members of the nobility, as if the benches do not already creak under the weight of the Avars. Only our Archon has the power of veto. Lose 50 approval from oligarchs, whereas we already got our full approval from Democrats. They'll hate my guts for this, but I guess they'll keep. We'll revoke them later. Although it's good to see full support of the Senate, which means whatever act we'll do what we want. Now we stop drilling, get to positions. You get on board the ships. I think it's about that damn time. And, for future reference. So, look, just because you are too far away from becoming a dictatorship, then at least you can just have full support of the Senate so that it'll feel like you're a dictator. At least a bit. Just like your father. But hey, despite all this, we have an improved economy and manpower. I'm sure more and more people will come to the newer cities. But remember, if I get killed out here, it's because I just wanted to emulate my father. That's him. If I do get out of this, then maybe I ought to hold a tron for myself. Just to have it ready. Because we know what we're in for. This one may also have a civil war. They haven't expanded lately, these Celt-Iberians. But do not worry about the... well, actually, the pirates. Remember the pirates. First fort to take down is this way, so actually position here. But I fear the worst, so it's possible that we may have to go get mercenaries, which we barely have enough maintenance for. Although we could hire them now before the outbreak of hostilities. But hey, level 9 general. In a stunning display of generosity, Soisistratos, a well-loved member of our religious institution, has commissioned a grand festival out of his own pocket. A grand festival for 2 years. Integrated culture happiness. Speaking of that, well, once it gets up to near 100%, remember to send a colony over there. Actually, here is much better, because we'll soon build a city here. Don't you forget about that. And if you hire mercenaries, they start off with no morale, and they take a while to build up. They're the ones to back us up. Just keep the fort level maintenance down. Yes, we have our plan mapped out. It's going to be a tough fight, and we're going to win it. So just probably start out around next year. Oh, they just revolted. Crisis has averted. After spending some time in a deep melancholic depression, Memnon has emerged, finally able to laugh and act his old self. It's good to have him back. Splendid! Of course, the timing is no better than ever. Right, with them under revolt, that'll keep him busy. He was the head of the Spartacid family. I was thinking of what other laws could we pass? Or just don't pass at all. Just enjoy your stability for more population happiness and the growth. As our manpower is near 30,000. And Carthage has not moved an inch. They're ready for war. So are we. Remember, should I ever fight against Carthage, it would likely be for Sardinia. They almost, little no cohorts, we should be fine. Even if it's led by someone like me, who has no experience in martial. Despite the low martial, at least I could do something. Of course, my son is not a military man, but I'm charismatic, and that pleases everybody. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, Civil War, eh? Yeah, do help out because, you know, eventually they're gonna come down here and support us, so yeah, do help. Take care of those rebels. Show us your worth. Find them and destroy the rebel army before they get any stronger. We'll remain positioned at the border. We got him. No cohorts? No cohorts. So that was the rebel army. That was responsible. At least we have very much improved siege engineering and abilities. Help them, we'll help you. That's the part of the deal. And those damn pirates. Raided our new city. Here we go again. Just needed that support. Because they're raiding our land a bit. Looks like they'll finish their civil war. But fortunately, that hurts their manpower a bit. Well, meanwhile, we'll have to deal with this mess. Guess the country's better off when Democrats run things, but unfortunately, they just do not have the Senate influence. Let's go help out. Because we'll be taking out forts, and then we're gonna have to get rid of the rest of the war hosts. Yipe. I'll take care of that army. Be sure to get her all that food before we go to Iberia. Here I go. My first real combat besides fighting barbarians. Kill them all. We've done it. Now get back to the original post. We finished the Civil War. Gee, with that kind of money, we can afford mercenaries. Most importantly, let's do it right now. Build another city here. And that'll be good for the manpower reserves and the economy in the long run. I better be sure, I mean, when the economy is at its greatest during peacetime, We gotta build a coastal highway from Antipolis to as far as we can go. Even if we have to deal with the Carthaginian menace. Which Carthage is at war. They used to be allies. What happened to them? What unfortunately, that's going to mean that Carthage may overwhelm them then. It's going to be their big gain. Even though I also prefer to expand this way, but with them distracted. I don't know, this is a hell of a gamble that we may take. But just wait until war is declared and food is up. All the way. In fact, get on board, land here, because that's where we'll just springboard your way then. Your first stopping point. So just go get your food, and once you're ready, then we'll go. Hope you're doing fine. He's healthy. I know I am. I just got over my depression. And I'll be backed up by mercenaries soon. Just a few months' time. Just gotta hurry up before Carthage finishes their war. Well, as I said, unfortunately, we can't get full approval Democrats due to lack of seats. Because they just do not have as much influential members compared to some of us. Maybe their party is just full of lack of charismatic individuals. All Spartakids. No, Spartakid. Spelling difference is slightly confusing. We'll focus to your holdings. Just to screw them over for the last time. Before the end of his life. Anyways, you got your food ready? Yes. Now we're ready. And you may want to go get the mercenaries too. Because we do have the money to maintain. Barely. The mercenary cost premium 260%, and disbanding unit would cost another. Oh. Do it. Yeah. Solid Hellenic. Xenocrates. It'll pay for itself. You know, during the course of the war. Stay up there. We'll be landing here. Again, Mastia or Contestia. Remember what the mission says. This area, we have already two because we made them a subject. We just need these two areas. Just here and here. Hell, why not both? We could find them all at once. Which seems absurd. But we can at least try while Carthage is distracted from one of their wars, which they are winning. And we gotta do it fast. We got to act fast before all hell breaks loose. Okay, I've made my decision. Mastia, we're gonna gamble this. This will be a big gamble. All you need is just take this one area and hold it. We could take the rest, but if you want the future for the trading block, I mean, you need more Hellenistic ports. But afterwards, if you want to form the Volcan League, you have to include these areas, including Dertosa, Mastia. Yes, city of Mastia itself. So we may have to take that one as well. And further down you go to Urtki and Malacca. Bella, which is Carthaginian controlled. And the city of Menester Nimnin. So yeah, we're going to take a gamble on this one. And as for the mercenaries that we just hired, well, we're thinking about declaring war on them at the same time where we can continue our conquests. I mean, we have full Senate approval. We can get away with it. Get ready to make your landings. Where's you? To stay behind. This is gonna be our war. They got plenty of cohorts and we want to get in there before they do any more damage. They got 3 forts, so this may take a while. Yeah, you two can come in. Because we need all the help we can get. Especially Syracuse, which will fight against the Carthaginians of Sicily. They probably want that piece of an action. They did not join us. But Syracuse has. So yes, we lost our trading partner in Carthage. We don't know where we'll get our horses from. Client state. There will be a time we will get such horses. We can get elephants from where? Oh, that's interesting, but too risky. What did we lose? We lost livestock, olives. We could take glass. Basically, just trade whatever you like. Whatever is available. Even though you already have cloth. Wood, grain. Okay, fine. We'll get the elephants, but that's just for the commerce. We're not gonna get, you know, actual elephants to trade with. Well, we need some grain too. And some livestock, but we can get it from another province. Alps Maritime? Alps Maritime. That every little thing to help with the economy. Make your landing. We might be afraid of what's to come. just in case of Carthaginian aggression in Corsica. You know, we're at war with Carthage too. Just something that we feared for. Corsica. You don't forget about the other war, we forgot about Corsica. We may have to bring mercenaries of us too, if we want to get Sardinia included. But remember, negotiate with them, not Carthage. At least they don't have military access with Carthage in these areas. Oh, a lot more things to trade. More civilization to this already somewhat civilized city that we live here. Quick! They're gonna get their camels up this way. And don't forget to pick up the mercenaries. We can handle it here. Remember, the main objective is here. Oh, must get snuck out of there. Once you get your morale up, kick them out. Oh, they're bringing in more. Don't forget about those guys involved in that defensive pact. There they are. Stand back a little. Go pick up the mercenaries. I have to deal with them. Whoa, my goodness. This would be a tough fight. Hope I know what I'm doing about fighting on multiple fronts. Come on in, Pilgrim. We're gonna beat this army, then we'll advance up to Corsica. I mean, Sardinia. We'll advance on Corsica that they've occupied first. And after drop off mercenaries, can go pick these guys up when their food reserves get too low. Crap, there's more of them. Okay, we got what we wanted, but we're stuck here. Take it a long way round. Of course. An alliance. Those guys. Oh my goodness, Carthage has grown considerably. Now they're going to put their full focus on us. Probably going to be asking for other countries to give them access. And may they forbid that they give Carthage access. I mean, they fought each other once, so they won't march across. I hope. I'll be sure to fight you one day. Let that be known. This fort's about to fall. And they're going to be fighting against them. They're going to be overwhelmed. Hey. Yes, common threat. I will cancel it later. Help them out. Get them their fort back. And for your consideration, not likely for Rome's part. We do not have a cast spell against you, do we? No, we do not. But maybe to help, keep these guys away. So yeah, take it. And please help us out. There's a bit of a problem here. Have fun, boys. We're gonna have to support our little soldiers over here. It's gonna be suicidal. Come with us. What are you doing attacking? That's desperation of you. Yeah, we'll be coming in full force, supported by mercenaries. We're not going to catch it. So continue on your way. Netobrogia, that's over there. Which we do not have a cast spell against them. Having relations with the Gauls to support our wars? Further down the line? Yeah. Take it. Thank you. Fully appreciate it. Make those bastards pay. And then come back down and take a rest. We know where they're all going. At least the morale will be full by then for the mercenaries. Meanwhile, we are likely to win to beat back this ragtag coalition of theirs. Oh, chosen development. It's the best general. It's gonna hurt a lot. All supply trains from here. Just driving back all the way out to the end of the island. I mean, after all, we have higher quality troops. It's the best that they can offer. Or save them. Now, go back down here. Get the food from here, and then we'll advance to these two areas, particularly city of Mestia. While we're trying to play catch up. Aha! Mercenaries have shock action while we still keep the old traditional phalanx. That worked. I don't like to use mercenaries, but they worked that day. Get over there. No delays. No lollygagging. We'll be advancing to Sardinia soon. Right, move up. Just take this city because this city used to be Greek at one point of its history. Don't worry about those natives. Although we can offer them an alliance and help us out. They got better manpower. Maybe we ought to make you guys client states after all this, and then integrate you in. That'll make things easier. Yeah. Widen the Sardinian front by allying with the natives there. I see. So we're making money again. And the city's about to be built. Tell you what, let's do that right now. Just this once. Thankfully for that other slot. They don't want to call to arms because of lack of military access. May break up with you at the end of it. Now get the food and then advance to the city. Coming of the city of Calapolis, Siberius. Yeah, it was producing fish, now it produces earthenware here. Yeah, a lot of slaves live here. Get more province loyalty, then we'll colonize the place. And remember the basic needs of the city. Theater, temple, forum, and tech hub. Are you sure you're not gonna come? Well, cannot join a war more than 12 months after it started. Okay. That and the war balance isn't great. What balance? We're doing well here. Surprised we have new friends. The friends that we hardly ever think of. Natives. And I know, can't ally them because too many relations and whatnot for both them and us. We got our main objective. What we need to do is hold them. But I would love to take over all of this. The great shrine of Zeus has been sacked. How dare they? Supply limit here. 61, that's enough for both of us. Just focus on here now. We'll turn our attention away from Sardinia. For a moment at least. As we'll be gathering food before we advance to our next siege. Most likely to Mastia. But remember our slow manpower recovery rate, because That applies to both manpower reserves and troops. Ah, sorry, I can't do that. Money's for the war chest. And the mercenaries. Alright, let's go. At least you're sticking with us. I don't know where the enemies went. Always with the damn grain. Trade with Rome. We got Sherwinware. This is going to take a while. Well, full approval from all parties. Except for the traditionalists, because they don't like war. If only y'all had more seats if you weren't, you know. I got my eye on you. They probably got some mercenaries somewhere. They fell. Quickly. Running out of food. Oh, we're gonna fight against them again. This time, different tactic. This'll work. Because they chose envelopment. And soon this area may fall too. Not because of food shortage, this is a big province. And also this is a disloyal province. They do not like the Carthaginians. But those natives over there won't join us unless we make them client states, or just simply conquer them, if we ever take Sardinia for ourselves. Which isn't our real war goal, because we have no claims there. They changed tactics, but it does not matter. We got them where we want them. Back off. We got a prisoner. He was their best. He'll be very valuable to sell, if we wanted it to. So if this place doesn't have good food, then that means that war will be fallen too. While on the Sardinian front, I guess the mercenaries did pay off. What we mean is, they were originally meant for the other war in Castani, but I guess it worked out. We'll keep the mercenaries for the next war. Don't want to get Sardinia yet, but it does demonstrate. We'll get one more fort. Big populations. Just take one more fort and then we'll win that war. Now, let's go hunt for some Carthaginians. Huh? Let's go hunt us some Punics. Or whatever's the Greek name for it. I do get the money at this time, because of wartime circumstance. Gotta get you. Hey. No critical food supply here. Yeah, we should be alright. But again, I'm just baffled that they have no ships, and I think it's probably a problem with the version of the game, I like to think. Which is me being generous to the game. And Petros is dead, and now he's the new party leader. Just for the morale. Now we gotta keep those two scorned. You're pretty loyal, Alluvian. Oh, don't forget. I need this. Need to please the slaves more, but with what? This is for tribesmen. And this is a highly civilized country. I mean, half will do. If only we get another one of these, then it'll be good for the ships. They want peace. You'll get peace, but it'll be from my direction. We'll go this way, you guys take the other two. Maybe we could just take Sardinia north. So, no. Shut up. You just wait. Oh crap, they got another fort. We'll siege it. And whenever you're done, come support us. It's not a city. City games in Massalia. Of course. Alright. They're driven out. Again, I'm slightly greedy about the Sardinian thing. No. This needs to be occupied first. But we do want to... Oh, you got these guys too, right? Yeah, these are the ones that we wanted, but however, the problem with that is, well, this war is still relatively early. Fine by me. That means more fighting. We'll continue with the Sardinian occupation. And what do they want? Tributary? No! We want the coast! I have no interest in tributaries. Now come here quickly. Come, Memnon. Nicocred needs you. I'm not a great warrior, but at least I'm great for something. I don't want this region. Not interested. As of yet. Pastor. Who gave them access to Mastia? Oh, those bastards. They gave them access. The Iberian League gave them access. They're going to be coming on over here. They're going to wreak havoc. If they try. Right, now let's get this fort down. They're interested in making tribute, but we don't want them to pay tribute. We want the whole land. You'll do. This should surrender soon. I'm gonna beat you up one more time if you keep that up. Oh, you're asking for it. Their war's over. At least that's what we think. We just have to wait for their war enthusiasm to be low to begin negotiations, but we're not quite there yet. I don't think we'll take Sardinia. I think that's too big of a war score, don't you think? Yeah, too big. See? Too big. But it does demonstrate the fact that we can defeat the Carthaginians. At least in Sardinia, but not in the rest of the east. Not in the Iberian front. Get those ships ready. Moving to this port. While we will drive them out of here. Persuade. Grand Festival. Ooh, just as high discipline as I am. Because veteran enticements. Whatever that is. And it's mainly from Bastatian. Oh, Stratocratic Monarchy. Didn't know they would go for that. It's a tough fight, but we'll get them. Alright, get on board. Get back to the city. We'll drive these bastards out before the fort falls. Haven't seen any pirates as of late. Bad move. Saying their tactic is wrong compared to us. Again, that's all we wanted, this area. We didn't want Sardinia, unless I had claims to it. But it really does demonstrate that we can defeat the Carthaginians, at least in this front. And they didn't even bother hiring mercenaries for the Sardinian front. Almost there. Just wait one more month, and then it'll be done. Alright, we're good. Yeah. If only. Again, we don't want to fight a long, tired war. Because that's not what we're made of. But we did it. We got another piece of land, and then soon we'll fight another war to get Kontestani after some considerable time off. With Gallic help. No. Let's stay in elite. Best in culture won't like it. But we want to go for the next war while we still have the manpower and the mercenaries. So get this. Of course, we got to appoint a governor in this damn region. Well, preferably a non-corrupted. Guess we can use you. Because this is a fortified place, which you don't need that many forts, just 2. This region is good enough. So, yeah, was a Greek port. Carchedon. Carchedon is Greek for Carthage. This is the site of Karthhadasht, which was supposed to be the new Carthage of Iberia. Well, we've taken it over now, even though it's kind of separated from us. Come on, get out of here. Ships are going to come pick you up, one by one. Now we've completed one of the missions, Hellenic Reclamation. We conquered a historically Greek port in the Western Mediterranean held by non-Greeks. Territory may be liberated as a feudatory. That one we just took? Yeah, sure. Hellenic Reclamation. Pagantium. With the acquisition of Pagantium, the Ophilit family has sprung an opportunity to increase its prosperity portfolio. While they played a large part in encouraging our expansion and ambitions, others have suggested we give this city some autonomy. Where's Pagant? Paga. Zoom in close. That little settlement? What the heck? That's wood. We don't need to do that. And also all Massalian countries, so that's not that useful to me. So, no. We just owe it to him. The long dead man who had some ideas. And long time, we've reclaimed Alalia. Oh. More integrated culture habitus and more population assimilation speed, even though Corsica is an integrated culture. The Phocian colony of Alalia fell to a joint attack by Etrurian and Carthaginian fleets. Though it is not without stout resistance, it's time to reclaim the lost city and take revenge of our ignoble rivals, which we've done it at the very beginning of episode 1. The dastardly attack by the Etrurian and Punic barbarians on our ancient Corsican colony has finally been reversed in this just act of revenge. This colony will once again be an important Massalian center. We shall not lose it again. And we have interests in Sardinia for this other little mission branch here. I may not have the military skill, but I just wanted to get my popularity. Yeah, it's about that time again. Just wanted to get further approval so the good Democrats can stick with me. We may not have the full approval like the oligarchs, but I would love to have a Democrat to run the country again. Let's all go home. we'll keep this territory. Not much food differences. You can actually fit the whole fleet. Let's go. We're gonna take it to Iberia. We're not gonna disband the mercenaries yet. Because we're gonna get ready for the next war. Because they ought to be scared now. Oh. Yes. Yeah, this may cause a big jump in expansion, even though we do not have all the claims of all territories. Whereas the real one we want is over there. Didn't know they had to have a civil war. I'm sure you'll recover in due time. Just continue to shake my head of what they're up to. Gotcha! Captured 2 ships. Take them in. Or better yet, take a couple of more. You know, we're gonna kill them all. Because I'm sick and tired of them raiding our coast, and they're gone now. Their fleet has considerably increased. Accident. We barely have the money. So, go ahead. Keeps me popular these days. What are the other historical Greek ports for parts of the Hellenic Leagues? One in Dordosa. There's 2. One that we already got. And the subject. Oh, of course, further down this way. Sounds dangerous, but pretty dangerous because Carthage is right around the corner there when they gain access to these areas. Yeah, having these 2 here would be a good addition. Yep, he's gonna die. Well, there's, you know, the big prize. This one will put up stubborn resistance. Yeah, going all the way to that end of the earth. And barely. And of course, if we want this city, then we would want the whole region. And that puts us bordering with Carthage, where a future large conflict will happen, fighting against them one day. So help. Hey! Get them out of here. I ought to trim down on having many Liburnians. I mean, if we want to maintain a fleet like that, you just want to trim down on the Librarian's like, you can have 10, but also you need 10 more triremes. Mercenaries are recovered. And our money just a tad bit. So perhaps we should fabricate a claim over there, just for future reference. Which is a dangerous move. Is this area here? Yeah. Going all the way to there. If we wish to. But remember your priorities. Syracusan revolt. Head of the Stratoclid family. Oh, it doesn't matter, he'll die soon. We'll end this episode very shortly. Because we know what our next move is. And it's towards there. And there as well. Because we'll be advancing on both fronts. Don't want to get the entire coast yet. Now we're fabricating another one here, which is just for a future conflict. Unless Carthage advances to there, then we're screwed. So we made some good gains, we made another city, and the economy will improve one day. God dang, you know what was out there. And also restructure the navy a little, as there are no navies to fight apparently. So we'll end the episode with that. So Memnon did live up to his father's reputation. He may not be a great warrior, but he's a good politician, and now slowly but surely become an expansionist. We know where we're going next in the next episode. So we'll see you then. Until then, so long for now.